Now's the time on GameScoop when we talk about the games we're gaming. Now that Hearthstone is on iPad, that's pretty much... I think that's just the only game I'm going to play for the rest of my life.
Just shut it down. We're never going to see Damon again.
So
no more DJ shows. You don't have time. It's cutting into your Hearthstone.
I know, yeah. I was at my desk playing it today. I was winning a bunch of rounds. I won the defeat 5 people as a Warlock quest. It was good.
So I'm playing the iPad version for work right now to update my review, but then I saw Damon Hatfield has signed on. I'm like, what do you don't have an excuse.
Oh, man.
I had to talk about it on GameScoop.
Oh, sure.
We've all got to become BattleNet bros now.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
This game's so good. I keep saying it. If someone doesn't like a game, they download it, they try it, they don't like it, fine. But like, if you won't even try it, that's when I get so frustrated. People are like, nah, it's a card game, and I'm not into that. And I'm like, it's free. Just download it and try it.
It's a free, very good, very smart card game.
Yeah. Like it's got this incredible sort of tutorial that eases you in. Like I'm
playing that part of it now, and
the tutorial's so fun.
It's really intelligent.
Yeah, it's like super fun, and like just go through that. Go through those tutorial matches and see how you feel. And if you don't like it, delete it, and then you'll have Justin off your back. It's so good, and there's new stuff coming this summer.
Yeah, there's a single player campaign coming.
Yep,
that'd be really good. You had some theories about that. You thought there were some worries you thought might be expensive.
Oh, well, that's just the fear. Like, we have all these details. All the details sound great, but what we don't know is price.
Yeah.
And, like, I hope that it's not too much money, that's all.
Sure. That's valid.
Is there any in-game currency where it's like, you've earned 1,000 gold that you can now spend on the campaign?
Yeah, they're actually pretty generous with it.
Okay.
If you get a daily quest each day where it's like, win 5 games as a Warlock or, whatever. And if you do those daily quests, you'll get a free pack of cards about every other day.
Man, that's really good.
Yeah.
Good. What do you think, Colin? Would you try Hearthstone?
Yeah, I would. I mean, I like customizable card games a lot. I mean, when I was a young man in the 90s,
Hello, those years ago.
I used to play. I was into Magic back in the day a little bit, but then I liked Star Wars customizable card game a lot. I really, really liked that game. I thought it was really fun and really deep. But then it became too expensive, and I had to move on to other things and stuff like that. And I like the idea of these card games, as they have been for several years, segueing to the digital space. So I think, like many card games, I was really confused when we were talking about Magic 2015. And I messed with that a little bit. I'm not good enough to play those games online. But I was confused that they're not on PlayStation platforms at all. And I was looking this year, and I was looking into that, and I don't quite understand why. But I feel like those games would be perfect on Vita. So I had to break my iPad out. I download games on it every once in a while. I'm not super fond of playing games on it, but this game and a couple others that people have been telling me about recently in the
Let that threes call.
Yeah, people have been talking about like a lot of these games, right? That I just because I'm so obsessed with just playing Vita when I lay in bed at night in my underwear.
Yeah.
That I have to kind of give some of these iPad games more of a shake.
I meant to tell you, I met with the Magic guys at PAX last week, and I asked them why Magic 2015 isn't coming to PlayStation platforms, and they gave me a very corporate, prepared response.
We're very excited about the future of Magic. And blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
We're focusing on the announced platforms for right now. We don't have anything else to announce.
It's clear that it's probably not coming.
Why? Don't even talk to me if you're not going to talk like
if you're not
a
going to talk to a
person.
human being.
Yeah, it's a little frustrating. I only looked into that. People were like, why are you looking into this? Why are you curious about this story? Because I noticed a really unique amount of anger in the comments from people when they were like, where is the PlayStation version? And I don't care. I'm not going to play the game. It doesn't bother me. But like, people were like, I invested 3 years of this on PS3, and I bought all your card packs, and I spent $50 on this, and now you're just going to abandon my platform. And I think that's a reasonable kind of anger people have about it.
Yeah. It's a very strange omission.
Yeah. What was my brain's not working. There was a game today that's not announced for Xbox One.
Oh, Spider-Man 2.
No, it was announced.
It is announced.
It's apparently canceled. One version.
It's like there was the rumor came out that it was canceled, so we all reached out to Activision, who said like, very excited about Spider-Man. It's coming to PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3. We list everything except Xbox One. And we're like, okay.
What about 360?
And,
it's coming to 360.
It's coming to
but
everything.
not Xbox One.
Just that
and
one
Wii U,
platform.
which is interesting.
Yeah.
You think that would be the one they would cancel if they had sales problems?
Maybe it's a cert problem. Like part of the game is broken. They just can't fix it. They got to delay it. I don't know.
It's really strange. Also playing Trials Fusion, which is out this week.
Yes.
Me too.
You guys are playing that.
Downloaded it last night.
Really fun. I love the Trials games. So
Game's too hardcore for me, man.
Too hardcore?
In the sense that like I feel like I'm playing Excite Bike, but it's 50 times harder. Like, and like I
super down with that.
I played it. It's just I'm not into racing games really. I really like what the game's doing. I played it a little bit with Vince because he was reviewing it. And he needed some help with local multiplayer. And I'm like, man, I just don't have the steady thumb for this game.
I don't think it gets frustrating until like the later stages.
Yeah.
Like at least like you could play it through the first half of it, and I think it's all just breezy and fun.
That's the weird thing about Trials games is the end of the game is generally less fun than the first half.
Sure.
Which is, the
It's
courses
really
become
difficult.
really, really technical,
Yeah.
and then they become more like platformy and like, you need to bunny hop your way over
Yeah, it's
things.
less about racing and more about technically understanding. Like, I know how to control this bike in like a granular level.
It's funny that Colin mentions the steady thumb because I'd never made the connection until just now that this reminds me of like a 2D Super Monkey Ball.
Sure.
Well, like in that way of like you need to like you have to feather the
It's all
throttle.
balanced.
You have to like it makes me think of that sort of same. It puts me in the same headspace. Like they're very, very different games, but like it's super pure control wise. You're really just doing these, accelerate, lean.
Yep.
That's all you're doing. There's no buttons. They had tricks in this one, but
They're kind of superfluous.
yeah, that's my big thing about Trials Fusion is I love the Trials game so much that I'm happy to give them $20 and play it. But the stuff that they did add, like I don't really care about the trick system. For me, it's just more Trials. Like
Yeah.
the stuff
Yeah.
that the sequel adds, I
would agree
can
with
take
that.
or leave.
We were talking about some technical issues. I'm playing on Xbox 360, and I don't know if it was just optimized for current gen platforms, but it's like stuttery. Like when you in each course you pass checkpoints, and sometimes at a checkpoint it'll like freeze for a second.
Oh,
so it
man.
totally like flows
No,
it.
can't
Yeah,
have
it messes
that.
up your flow. Yeah, it's
Not a
really
game like that.
It doesn't do that on the PS4. That's what I'm playing it on. But if you restart, which you do a lot, there'll be textures popping in.
Yeah, same on Xbox One.
And I don't understand, they know their game. They know this is a game where, you go, oops, restart. And every single time, this car has to pop in every single time, and it's jarring.
Where the
and weird.
ground looks like it's one color, and then, oh yeah, right, detail. Pops in.
Yeah.
We also, the voice clips will
Oh yeah,
repeat.
you're saying you rehear the.
And so,
voice clips.
Fusion's set in the future. I didn't know anything about this game. I'm I know I'm going to buy it, so I don't need to read the preview. So maybe this is old news to everybody, but it's set in this future, sort of this post-apocalyptic future.
Mm-hmm.
And this voice, this sort of Portal-esque voice, says things
Yeah.
to you sometimes. But every time you
Is she
restart,
like flirting with you? And stuff?
yeah, she
I get
flirts
that.
with you.
It's kind of weird. Right?
She's like, let's go hit the showers.
Yeah, right.
And she's like, no, you go hit the showers. I'll
Think I have
stay
a
here.
chance? I don't know.
But these voice clips will repeat every single time you restart. You miss a jump, restart. Same clip, same clip, same clip. So there's some weirdness in it, but it's still the same trial.
It's still totally fun. Yeah, for sure. Finally, for the flight to PAX, I downloaded Retro City Rampage on my 3DS, but I couldn't really get into it.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling that game very much either.
It seems
some people
like
really swear by
it'd
that
be-
game.
I know, and it got great reviews, and it seems like it'd be up my alley, but it was just maybe a little too precious with all the references to
Yeah.
everything. It's just
That was
it
my
just
thing, too.
never stops. And
Yeah,
it's kind of
there's no moment for you to digest the comedy or appreciate the nostalgia before it's just and then another joke.
I love the look of it.
Yeah,
I
and
just-
it is fun. There's
yeah.
a lot of the driving around cars and smashing into stuff and blowing stuff up. All of that is really good. It's a GTA Saints Row-y kind of game, top down, old school style, big style, but not a whole lot of substance for me.
I agree. Justin, what are you playing?
Elder Scrolls Online, mostly. Still playing some Diablo, but I've moved over to ESO. I wasn't even going to get it. I was going to wait and get the console version, but then I got it for work, and now I can't stop.
So you're into it.
Yeah, super into it. It's a strange game because I recognize that it's flawed. I love it for me. I go home and play it every night, but I would have a hard time recommending it to other people necessarily because it is super slow paced. There are bugs, there are issues with it, but it's all stuff it's the right game for me at this moment. I log on at night, do some quests, talk to some Argonians, save a couple villages, and then I log off, and it's perfect. And I like it slow paced.
Are there a lot of people playing?
Not as many. This is all anecdotal because
Sure.
who knows how many servers they have and whatnot. But the world does seem emptier than a game like Final Fantasy XIV, for example.
Interesting.
It's really, for me, I don't play a lot of MMOs, but FF14 and Elder Scrolls Online are polar opposites, where FF14 is a sprint. Everyone's running around as fast as they can. They have these world events pop up and people sprint there and do them, and they're happening every 3 minutes. Whereas ESO is very slow, and each quest is usually 8 stages, and to save this village, you'll need to collect the stuff, then go do this, and then go do that, and it's all voice acted. So you can sit and read the lore books, and it's much more of I'm willing, and I play in first person, which people howl at me about in these Let's Plays we're doing, because I don't have the situational awareness that I would if I was playing in third person, but it lets me just be enveloped in that world. I just escape into Tamriel for a little bit each evening. I think it's great.
That's how I played Skyrim in first person.
Yeah, for sure.
Your shield up there. Mitch, what are you gaming?
I've fallen back into a Dota hole where all I'm doing is just playing new heroes in Dota as often as possible and failing miserably at them. And, learning my lessons and going back to playing the 2 or 3 characters that I do now. But to try and get away from just playing Dota, I played on the PAX. I played through Monument Valley. on iPad.
I need to play that. I hear great things about
That game is awesome. It's really simple. It's complicated in like the sense that it's about perspective in the same way that Fez is. Like it's an Escher style painting where you're moving this character around and telling her to go here, and then you drag that platform to a different place that you didn't think you could get to, but it looks like you can. So
You can like rotate the. It's like a puzzle game version of Fez.
Where like you have a character here, and now you spin the world a little
Right.
bit, and now the platform connects to somewhere else, and you rotate back, and you're on the other side of the map. It does really interesting stuff like that, but it seems complicated, but it's actually really simple. It's a little easy. Like I think people who are looking for a challenge will be kind of disappointed because it's more about just getting through it and seeing it and having that quick moment of like, eureka, I did it. That's how I get here. Cool.
It's also like $3, which is great.
Yeah,
or
and
$5 or whatever.
It is gorgeous. The music is excellent. It's got like a weird story that I'm kind of into. Marty Slivo was not a super big fan of the story, but it's got like religious undertones that are subtle, and you play this princess who maybe isn't exactly the kind of good girl that you think she is, and it's got a couple really good character moments.
Cool.
Monument Valley is really good.
I'll just check it out. Colin, what you been playing?
Last weekend I platinumed South Park, Stick of Truth,
Nice.
platinum number 43. And
Not that he's keeping track.
no. And that game is just phenomenal. Phenomenal. Easily the best game of the year so far, in my opinion. And definitely game of the year material as far as I'm concerned. I think that game is absolutely brilliant. And I'm not even really into South Park.
I agreed with you up until the point where I straight up can't proceed because it broke.
Oh, it broke for you? Oh, it
Yep.
didn't break for me. I'm
Man,
sorry.
Every time people talk about how good it is, I'm like, I would love to keep playing, and I can't.
There's a moment where
so
you
sad.
go to your home country in the game.
I know. I'm excited.
and it's just
It's so fun.
it's just unbelievable. Like I was just like, this is even cooler than the game already was. So I highly recommend that game. But I've been playing a lot of Mercenary Kings on PS4. That game is great. It's frustrating at times, but definitely if you're an old school gamer, like I know you are and I am.
Which game is this?
Mercenary
Mercenary
Kings.
Kings,
Just really fun, really hard, and still working my way through that. I'm supposed to review it. I really want to beat it first, but it's taking forever for me to get through the game. So that's a lot of fun. And then I've been playing Rainbow Moon on Vita, which is
How are you still playing this game?
which is an old JRPG.
240 hours long.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really long game.
It's like talking to like Disgaea addicts. I'm still playing, man.
Yeah,
it's been 6 years. I'm still playing Disgaea 2.
So
Dude,
I've been messing around with
Sky's
that
the
game
best.
because
You gotta go into
really
your
good.
belt and upgrade it.
Yep.
Because I platinumed Velocity Ultra a few weeks ago on Vita, and I was really playing that game a lot on Vita, and I didn't even really know what to do next because that was like all I was doing was playing that friggin' game, which is an excellent game. So I went back to Rainbow Moon because I want to get the platinum in that too.
Don't they have a new game coming out?
Yeah, Rainbow Skies, PS3 and Vita later this year. Very talented studio, SideQuest Studios, the guys that did Soldner X, which I know you like that game, and I really like that game too. So yeah, that's why I've
Just
been
bring the Soldner games to PS4. I'd play those.
Hell yeah, man! Those were underrated games, really fun games, and I'm just kind of lying in wait for Borderlands 2, which I think we're gonna get on Vita soon. So yeah.
Oh yeah. Borderlands coming soon. You know what I love a version on PS4 is remember the PSN game Horde?
Yes, I love Horde.
Gosh, that game is so fun.
That's
What a weird reference to pull out of your hat.
Well, we were just talking about PSN games.
It came
and-
up at PAX, didn't it?
Yeah,
It's like those guys are making another.
Yeah, he's
new
making
game.
another new game that sounds cool.
I can't remember what it is.
Is that the one that Marty he was impressed with the elevator pitch? Is that the one?
Oh, Darkest Dungeons.
Oh
yeah.
Darkest Dungeon. It looks fantastic.
I think that's the Horde guy. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it is them. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
It
Darkest Dungeon looks awesome.
Yeah. Huge Kickstarter success. Incredibly innovative idea for RPG. Everybody should keep their eye on that game.
Horde, man. Good reference.
Horde is so
I really did love that game. It's very good.